take a device like this iPhone right here, and give it to a user, specifically one that's a teenager or anyone that's young in age, and give them a product, a social media platform or website that's been designed to keep them engaged for several hours at a time. Now, this potentially harms them psychologically, as they are exposed to harmful content that shouldn't be on these platforms in the first place. These social media and Instagram, or companies like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, they should be held liable for allowing young users to even come across these videos and harmful content in the first place. Now, the companies actually do customize their platform, or otherwise known as the algorithm, to the likes of the user. This allows them to stay on the product longer and even engage with the content that they see, as well as the people that posted. Now, today I'll explain the increasing amount of harmful content in social media posts and how restrictions and laws fail to protect young users in the first place. Now, the problem at hand is the dangers of social media are pretty much not even an opinion now, it's becoming a reality. Now, in an article published by the Associated Press, they claim that juries have begun recognizing that social media companies may bear responsibility for mental health damages suffered by young users. Now, in another article published by Reuters, they report that a federal judge refused to grant Meta and Google a new trial after enough evidence for the companies ultimately to be held responsible in a youth social media addiction lawsuit. Now, why? Why is this even allowed? Why is this possible? Social media companies pretty much profit off of users. The longer they're able to keep them on their platforms, on their websites, they pretty much profit off of that. They're able to generate ad revenue. Now, the whole reason of creating the algorithm and customizing their platforms is to keep these users on the platform itself, which then further increases their profit, it further increases their ad revenue. Now, in an article also published by Reuters, Instagram intentionally includes features designed to hook teenagers because they are especially vulnerable to addictive platform designs. Now, as a result of this, many young teenagers experience anxiety, depression, poor body image, eating disorders, sleep deprivation, cyberbullying, exposure to self-harm content, and lastly, the addiction of endless scrolling, which pretty much feeds all into this problem itself. Now, in another article published, Meta should proceed after a court case after designing addictive products in order to further generate their profits. Now, some people argue that the users themselves should be able to pretty much decide what they see, pretty much customize their own algorithm. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this, as a lot of companies and social media pages and websites and apps, they don't give users proper warnings beforehand. A lot of content nowadays, you could just be scrolling, watching any regular video that you usually see on your For You page, and come across harmful content without any warnings beforehand. Now, some solutions would actually be increasing transparency about their algorithm itself, about the way you're able to customize your own platform pretty much. Another thing would be to remove the harmful content itself, or even if it is posted, to quickly take it down and remove any harmful factors for young users. Now, lastly, I think that the platforms and the apps and the products themselves, they should hold themselves liable and should be held accountable and face penalties when they willingly exploit young users in order to gain profits, and also create ad revenue. Now, visualize this. Visualize social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and picture being able to just scroll on your phone without seeing any harmful content, without seeing something that makes you sad or mad. Or visualize this. Visualize young users and teenagers scrolling endlessly on their phones and seeing social media posts that are pretty much harmful and can lead to many factors that will lead them down a bad path or provide some sort of negative side effects. Now, the next time you open YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, it's important to remember that every time you click on something, every time you scroll, every video you comment on or like, you're pretty much helping the algorithm learn and shape how your future experience will be. Now, these companies should embrace accountability, which will allow us to preserve the actual positive aspects of social media while protecting future generations from preventable harm. Thank you for watching.